we have our first Vice President Head for Public Engagement at PLDT, Roby Alampay, to talk more about that. Later, papanoorin natin yung video ulit, no, para mas maintindihan ng publiko yung pinag-uusapan natin. But tell us about this campaign. Is it really that alarming now? I mean, given what AI can do?
Well, first of all, Gretch, maraming salamat for having me
salamat
back.
Pala.
Salamat po.
The big story pala to.
Salamat po sa inyo. Anyway, I mean, I think we've all seen it. Diba? I think we've all seen AI-generated videos, and even prior to that, this whole talk about fake news, fake videos, has been a concern for a long time. So the technology is new, but the concern is not. And as we've said, and as we've seen, and as we've said in the video, even old scams will always try to use the latest technology, and that's all we're saying. There's nothing new with the scams. There's nothing new with the concern about disinformation and fake news. But I think we all feel it, diba? I mean, we're all consuming a lot of fake videos now, or at least AI-generated videos. And we're all now starting to see, how this can be used, and how a lot of the people that we care about, who might be more vulnerable than others in consuming this, could, as we said, be vulnerable and be at risk.
Mamaya pag-uusapan pa natin more of that, but let's play the video first so our audience knows what we're talking about. Here is the latest campaign of PLDT and Smart.
Lahat po ng mapapanood ninyo sa susunod na mga eksena ay fake. Tandaan niyo po yan.
Ngayon, sobrang dali na gumawa ng fake na video. Mukha, boses, pwedeng gayahin. Parang totoo, pero hindi.
Yung fake videos, pwedeng gamitin yan para manghingi ng OTP, password, o mag-spread ng maling impormasyon. Gaya nito.
Bro, legit to. High return in just 3 months. Wala kang gagawin.
Oh, boss, bayad ka. Minimum lang 50,000, may 100,000 ka na bukas.
Oops, fake lahat to. Pati kami FAK.
Nanalo ako. Pero kailangan daw ng 1,000 pesos. Tsaka OTP. Anong OTP?
Inday, na-aksidente si sir. Nasa ospital. Karon dayon nagpadala og kwarta.
Unsa? Ay, fake pala ako. Pati itong buong eksena.
Good morning po. May promo tayo ngayon. Tataasan natin ang credit limit ninyo.
Alright.
Pakisend po ng picture ng credit card nyo.
Oops, fake to.
Ingat tayong lahat sa fake. Gaya namin.
Lahat kami dito fake.
Pakipadala ng email address at phone number. Oops, fake ako. Sorry, tita. Fake ako.
Ow, I miss you.
Sorry. Fake kami.
Gagawa ko ng batas na lahat ng senior high school students kailangan mag-necktie.
Bakit po necktie, sir?
Sa ikauunlad ng bayan, neckties ang kailangan. Ay, fake pala ako. Pati itong press con.
Fake news and fake videos will become an even bigger problem. Pati lahat ito fake.
Ang nakakagulat, sobrang dali na gumawa ng video gamit ang AI. Sobrang galing na nito at gagaling pa.
Ang good news, mukhang mas madaling gumawa ng AI-generated video kesa magpaloko, kahit gano'ng kagaling pa yan.
Lalo na kaming mga kabataan ngayon, hindi na kami basta-basta maluloko.
Hindi mo kami maluloko, AI.
Gayunpaman, there are people we care about who can fall for this. At aminin, baka one day, mabiktima ka rin.
Saka sa totoo lang, lahat ng scam na to, lumana. But we've seen that every old scam tries to use the newest technology.
We have also seen that even the oldest scams and the newest toys are no match for knowledge, awareness, and watching out for each other.
Kaya let's be aware. Magtulungan tayo na maintindihan ng bawat isa ang mga nakikita at napapanood natin.
Uulitin ko lang ha, ang lahat ng nakita nyo, fake. Walang totoong tao dito. Pati ako fake. Okay, thanks, bye.
Galing, ah. Oo, mahal siguro yun.
Hindi. No, it really was not.
Pag naging commercial.
No, but it's a good point. It really, it was not expensive at all. In fact, our team put that together in 3 hours. And this was, not only that, we put that together in 3 hours. That includes yung yung fumbling with the platform because this was the first time a lot of our team members tried to create something using that
Kasama
platform.
na yun sa 3 hours.
Kasama na yon yung mga mali-mali and so on. But this is a platform that everybody has access to. It's free. It's
What platform?
Veo. This is a platform of Google. So if you have a Google account, you can create that. Not that we're promoting Google or any particular platform, but just to tell everyone, this is accessible. It's free. It's easy to use. You can play around with it even now. Basta may internet access ka, you can play around with it. You can create your own video. Ang punto lang na sinasabi ko is it's that easy, and it only took us, like I said, 3 hours to put all of that together. And that's the first thing that people have to understand. Kung madaling gawin yan ng kahit sino, hindi lang ikaw. And not everybody will have the same benign or feel good or just good intentions. There will be people, and even if they're in the minority, there will be people who will be more unscrupulous than you, who will be using this in malicious
What
ways.
scared you in the process, you and your team?
Well, one, how easy it is. So, sabay yun, di ba? Parang wow, may wow factor. At the same time, may scary factor na kung ganito kadali ito, for me, paano pa yung mga kinakarir to? Di ba? Yung mga ikakarir. And then you can now imagine many ways that this can be used. Again, ulitin ko, wala namang bago sa scam eh. Di ba? They're going to be using the same modus, same scams. Scams really play not on with technology, but with human nature. And yun talaga yung vulnerability mo bilang tao. Madali ka magtiwala. And yun pa rin ang
Gusto mo ng malaking kita.
Yun pa rin. Exactly. You want easy money. Yun pa rin ang biggest weakness.
Hindi ba halata na AI-generated naman yan?
Ikaw, you tell me. Was it?
Pag masyadong, parang magmukhang computer-generated, makikita mo naman eh.
Yeah, but
Hindi ba?
ewan ko, ako anecdotal, nung pinakita ko to sa mga tao, including mga kaibigan ko, pinakita ko, sabi ko, ipopost namin to. I had friends who said, uy, ang galing, tamang-tama yung message. And then they asked me, sino yung mga artista? There are people, kaya nasabi natin, sa kabataan lalo na, I think they're more savvy. It's easier for them to say na hindi, AI yan. Also, sometimes hindi obvious, but they default to assuming na baka AI yan. So there are people who, but the more important point is, kahit na ikaw mahuli mo, there will be people, kay majority yon or fewer, there will be people who will be vulnerable to this at maniniwala at hindi ganun kadali for them to detect it.
You've been playing with these AI platforms for quite a while.
A lot.
How far has the technology gone?
Malaki na yung tinalon. I'll give you an example. In this particular platform, yung Veo 3 in particular ng Google, the first time I saw it about a month ago or a little more than that, sabi ko, paglaruan ko, di ba? And my daughter had an occasion to celebrate. She got her driver's license. And so sabi ko, gagawa ako, babatiin ko siya. So binati ko siya. I created I asked it to generate.
Ginamit mo mukha mo?
Hindi. I asked it to generate a cheerleading squad in the Philippines, and then babatiin siya. Congratulations! Pero ingat ka. And when I did that 6 weeks ago, I had to prompt it in English because it couldn't handle Filipino. No? We did this last week. In other words, in a space of 5 weeks, the ability to do text-to-voice in Filipino, it was not there 5 weeks ago, and then 5 weeks later, kaya ko na mag-prompt in Filipino. Nakita niyo, meron pang characters na may Bisayan accent, and so iba-iba yung accent ng I call it neutral middle-class Filipino English, kaya Taglish, and that was just in the space of 5 weeks. We also saw, I think a few months ago, you started seeing fake videos of politicians and business leaders and celebrities na supposedly nag-endorse ng ng Bitcoin, supposedly nag-i-endorse ng mga cryptocurrency. And if you look back on that, ang sama ng mga videos. 'Di ba? And if you look now, malaki na talaga yung in-improve. So
Is
it
that
can only
automatic
improve.
machine learning? Or
I would
pinoprogram
imagine.
pa yan?
I would imagine. But I think the more important thing to stress to people is it's not about the technology, really. Because even with bad video, even with bad technology, gagamitin yan to scam. Remember itong kawawa naman na Alice sa France na nagpabudol siya, akala niya ang kachat niya si Brad Pitt. Remember that? Yeah, there's this old lady in France, and all along she thought she was chatting with Brad Pitt, na na-hospital daw si Brad Pitt, at si Brad Pitt, for whatever convoluted reason, needed her help. And she sent money. But what was really ang mas nakakagulat doon was when you see the pictures, not even videos, when you see the still pictures of Brad Pitt in a hospital, ang sama ng pagkaka-photoshop. Talagang
Siguro akala niya masama yung phone ni Brad Pitt.
Ay, hindi. But these are totoo yun. Totoo yun. But ang point is, it's not the technology that will get you. It is your own human nature. And
Making us more prone to scams and catfishing.
No, exactly. Kasi nagtitiwala tayo. We'd like to believe that everybody out there is good. So a little awareness that meron pong mga malicious people out there, meron mga gustong mambudol. That awareness and that conversation is enough. Or is a good start already. And that's really what we wanted to say here, that ikaw baka hindi ka magpabudol, baka hindi ka magpa-uto. But there are people around us that we care about.
Sa ngayon pa nga lang, di ba marami na nabubudol sa mga scam, no? What more, if you have that, then also it could be used to have an actual conversation, di ba?
Yes.
Kung wari, may papadala ka ng video pero hindi. Pero have you figured out the answer to the question, how do we embrace AI now? I mean, in terms of the way we do our jobs and the way we should be concerned for our jobs and the way we integrate it into our lives. Paano nga ba natin, I mean, minsan, in the US, they're kind of panicking over losing white-collar jobs already. Here in the Philippines, usually we follow the trajectory after mga 2 to 3 years, di ba? So how should we look at AI now?
Actually, pag minsan nga, ang mga Pilipino nauuna tayo. Sometimes we're farther ahead in the at the edge when it comes to new technology. I have no answer. When we did this campaign, it was really trying to address, the objectives was really trying to address, scams. Because, we're in the telco business, we are in fintech, we are part and parcel of the lives of Filipinos at PLDT and Smart. And alam namin that we have a lot of constituents and users who can get victimized. So this video and all our long-standing campaigns against disinformation is really geared towards that. The conversation about AI and how it will impact on jobs, mas mahirap, mas masalimuot yan. But ako, personally, if you ask me, I have two things that I tell people if they ask me for my opinion. One is, I use it. I'm a big user of AI. I do believe that it increases my productivity. But my guideline for myself is on two levels. One is, I'll be transparent about it. So let's all be transparent about it. Magpakatotoo na tayong lahat. My kids use it, my
gumagamit
friends use
tayo ng AI.
Yeah, gumagamit. And there's no shame. Ako personally,
Parang
if you
Google
use
na
it,
siya eh. Tama.
well, there's a conversation about that. I wouldn't use it necessarily as
Google,
as Google.
because you have to verify.
Yes, exactly. But that brings to my first point. So my second point. My first point is, be transparent about it, and let's all use it. Because when we're transparent, then we can all share both the positive as well as the risks that we discover, as well as the limitations. So magturuan tayo. We teach each other. My second is, kahit anong gawin mo sa AI, sa'yo yan. That's your accountability. And for me personally, I'd like to think that helps me to navigate the positive and then the negative. What do we mean when I say na at the end of the day, you have to be accountable. You can't blame AI kung may mali kang sinubmit, kung may mali kang pinublish, kung may mali kang sinabi. Walang sisihan sa AI, di ba? Cargo mo
Para
yan.
itong Wikipedia.
Exactly, parang Wikipedia. Di ba? Parang you cannot submit a term paper, for example, if you're a student.
You have to double check.
Not only that, kung
Tama,
nahuli ka
sources.
na nag-plagiarize ka, kung nahuli ka na nag-cut and paste ka lang, kung nahuli ka na hindi mo naintindihan yung sinubmit mo, kung nahuli ka na mali or hallucinations yung mga you cannot blame technology ever. At the end of the day, sa'yo yan. And reminding yourself that at the end of the day, the accountability is yours. My personal view is that brings you a long way in helping to navigate any new technology.
Which reminds me of what Berhel Santos posted or said recently. Sabi niya, yung mga walang natural intelligence lang daw gumagamit ng AI.
Well, alam mo, respetado ko si Sir Berhel, but ako, I really think I think it's really, I get what he's saying, but I really think it's may unintended consequences in trying to say to people na yung wala lang natural intelligence ang gumagamit. That's absolutely not true. I think people should understand that this is new technology, that this is a tool, and it really can help you to raise your productivity. It can improve your content. It can improve your products. And the downside to diminishing people who use it is, one, it kills the conversation. It kills a constructive conversation. Secondly, it pushes people to extremes, if not into hiding or going underground. And it goes to my first point, di ba? When you kill the transparency in how we all work, it takes away not only takes away a lot of opportunities, it increases risks. Where you have people
Mas mabilis
walking,
maloko because
yes, and when you have people walking around with secrets because you don't want to be, ayaw mong
Correct,
matawag
correct.
ka na wala ka natural intelligence. One, it's not only not true, but that shame campaign is really counterproductive.
To be honest, there's a rising trend now that people are using ChatGPT as a therapist. Paggabi, yun ang tinatanong nila, kinakausap nila, no? I mean, not only is it knowledgeable, it is available 24/7. So kahit gabi, kahit late in the midnight, kausap mo.
Yeah.
Oh, pero itong ginamit niyong platform, libre ba? Were you able
Libre
to
yan.
generate?
Libre yan.
All of
libre
that
yan.
for free?
I mean, like I said, if you have a
Wow.
Google account, you can try it yourself.
Grabe.
And may quota ka lang. Parang I think right now may quota ka of 5 videos per day.
There's a
But then you can pay. So
But
parang freemium yung...
Over on the other side of the world, we're talking about an arms race, nuclear arms race, but there's also an arms race in terms of AI. China trying to outpace US I mean, parang meron pang pinag-uusapang may humanoids, AI robots, meron na ring self-driving cars. How far are you seeing this technology go, and what are the efforts of PLDT and Smart in terms of incorporating AI?
Well, yung last part ng question mo is easy to answer. Yung first part, address ko lang, I'm not a technology expert, I'm not a technologist. I'm like everybody else here lang. That on the one hand, my wow factor for me. On the other hand, I use it. And then, on a deeper level, I'm also concerned na, ano yung mga risks dito. All of that said, PLDT and Smart are we are going to leverage AI to improve every aspect of the service that we would like to to deliver. It helps us to understand our efficiencies on the one hand and improve our efficiencies, not only on the technology side, not only on the back end, but also in dealing with customers. You can imagine we get a lot of not just calls but even comments. AI can help us to understand, everybody out there who's pati yung mga nagtotroll sa PLDT at sa Smart, pati kasama yung mga nagpupuri, kasama yung mga humihingi ng tulong, yung mga nagtatanong. It's impossible for humans to keep track of literally the thousands. But AI can help us to have a general sense of ano ba yung concerns ng mga tao.
And I have a feeling that this is a time for people to reflect on how they can upskill, reskill, relearn things. Tama ka doon, no? Kasi kausap ko yung PLDT at parang AI na yung kausap ko sa Messenger at saka sa telepono. Doon sa disconnection notice ko, nagbayad. Late ako nagbayad. Oo, pero it's amazing campaign. I think it's a good direction for PLDT and Smart in terms of helping us see where this is all headed. But thank you so much for showing us the potential of AI this morning. We have Roby Alampay, First Vice President and Head of Public Engagement and Corporate Communications at PLDT and Smart.